And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the TV show. My name is Jay Black, and we are finally whole again as Rhea Hughes joins us back at the podcast, back from Florida. And Angelo Cataldi is here as well. It's the whole family is here for the holidays. I love it, you guys. Happy to have you back because we need to talk about this big business news involving our favorite friend, David Zaslav. And I wasn't going to make a big thing out of this. I find this incredibly interesting. I don't know if anybody else does, so I'm going to throw it out to you guys. Just to give you some background if you haven't seen yet, there's a company called Warner Brothers that was owned briefly by AT&T. Now it's owned by Discovery, and it is being sold. And there were three bidders that were bidding for this company. There was NBC Universal, Comcast, Netflix, and then Paramount Skydance, which is owned by David Ellison. Of the three, Netflix won with an $80 billion bid. Everybody was, nervous about this because it's going to destroy movie theaters. That's a whole other thought. But now David Ellison is back with a hostile takeover of Warner Brothers for like $100 billion being funded with Jared Kushner and Saudi money. Am I crazy, or is this the most interesting thing that's happened in entertainment in years? I'm following this like a movie. It's like Succession. Do you agree, or do you think I'm being silly again?
I think you're weird. All right. First of all this political stuff you do. Now you're worried about all these big business deals. This is a TV podcast. What we enjoy here is the fruit of their labor. What are they presenting to us? So I have a rooting interest here. I don't like monopolies, but that's not going to change. In the current administration, they don't care. So it's going to go through. It's just a question of who wins. All right. I'm on team Netflix. And the reason I am is that of the three entities that have been fighting so hard for Warner Brothers, and Netflix is doing the best work right now. I'll get more good stuff if Netflix wins than I will with Paramount or that I will with Comcast. I don't know what they're NBC, whatever they're doing. All right. It doesn't interest me that much, but if it's going to give me more good stuff to look at, go Netflix.
Rhea, do you agree with that? I don't think it's going to give us more good stuff. I think it's going to give us less good stuff because, as Angelo was saying, a monopoly means that you don't have to try as harder. Do you agree?
Well, Jay, I'm going to throw something out to you, which probably only you will get, is the Clayton Act of 1914, which is the Antitrust Act. Yeah. So, to me, this is at the very heart of what antitrust is. Now, I work for a corporation, but I worked for a larger corporation. Now I work for a smaller corporation, and I don't like them just because here's what I think is going to happen. Yeah, is Netflix great? Sure. 72% of people who do streaming are on Netflix, but I don't watch it as much as the other ones because I don't think there's as much great programming on it. And I think what they're going to do is they're going to use it to create tiers. We all pay for Netflix. Well, now there might be Netflix Plus to get the good stuff that they're going to acquire. So I just think that it's not. I don't know enough about whether it's going to kill movie theaters. I went to movie theaters a lot more when I was taking my son. He's old enough to go on his own now, and he loves. Teenagers. I think for the rest of our lives, will love movie theaters. I just think it's where they go to socialize. But I just think it's going to wind up costing us more. And yeah, there's going to be a bigger library, but that library is going to cost us more in terms of tiers. That's how I feel about it.
I think you're right. Monopolies always cost us more. And, speaking of antitrust, in the 1940s, the U.S. government decoupled studios from theaters. Every studio used to own a theater, and the government said you can't own distribution and production. That's bad for everybody. What's the difference here? They own the production, they own the distribution, decouple it, make the studios produce stuff, and then make streamers sell the stuff.
Who you're waiting for the current administration to do that?
I'm waiting. Teddy Roosevelt.
This is
there's an
why you get all swept up. Sometimes you just have to give up and go, well, for the next 3 years, nothing's going to change. Because it isn't. Even if the Congress, the parties change there, this administration will embrace the big deals. The guy who's running our country wrote a book, The Art of the Deal. You always frustrate yourself.
No, but there's an interesting part of this, and Jay probably knows it, because I don't think that the current administration knows which side to take on this, because the current administration is very tight with Ellison, but he also brought up the antitrust issue. So it's really, to me, fascinating because he's not real good at going on both sides.
Hold on a minute.
Yeah.
Time out. The Ellison group includes, unless I'm mistaken, the son-in-law of Donald Trump.
Yes.
Is he not involved? Then I have a feeling there is a rooting interest there. Yeah. It's his son-in-law.
I will just say with him, I don't think you ever know what he's going to do.
That's fair.
Here's the big thing. We're missing the big story. When this is resolved, Jay Black.
Yeah.
Will David Zasloff be gone?
He will be. He will be gone.
Oh, I love it.
Except it's going to be into a golden palace with the amount of money he's about to make.
Yes. As long as he's not screwing up HBO the way he has for the last 7-8 years. That guy is awful.
That gives us a good transition. I want to ask you, Rhea, about this.
Yes.
If you didn't catch this, Mad Men made its debut on HBO Max last week in beautiful new 4K transfers. However, in the transfer process, one of the things that happened was the special effects that were used to block out certain things are now gone. So number one, we lose the color grading. It looks like a 60s TV show. Number two, there is stuff that was not supposed to be seen all of a sudden making its way into the video. One instance, Roger Sterling is vomiting, and you see the guy working the machine that shoots the vomit out of his mouth. Now, how this can happen under anybody's watch is ridiculous to me. All you have to do is watch the episodes. QC. Angelo, I do QC on my own movies that cost $250,000. You got tens of millions of dollars here. Rhea, I'm just curious, having worked with Angelo for the number of years that you did, what would Angelo do if a member of his team put out product at this level of incompetence? I'm just curious in your mind.
He would say, put the donuts down, we have a crisis, which he did one time. And it was one of the greatest lines ever in the history of our show. He knows I'm not. We were in an Amish supermarket in Wildwood, and there was a crisis.
True story.
But no, to me, it's like, how does it not? I would pull sound for Angelo, preview it probably 20 times, and then go, hey, Ange, come in and listen to it. So, I mean, somebody was just lazy. They were just flat out lazy to not preview it. However, I would like to say that I was just wondering what the family of the guy thought of. He had gone to school probably for filmmaking, all this stuff, and his job was to hold the vomit machine. That intrigued me on so many levels. But yeah, it was just somebody being lazy and not running it to see what it looked like. They simply didn't preview it.
Yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking to me. And Angelo, this is David Zaslav's entire regime, right? Under in one.
Yeah. First, let me say this: Roger Slattery played the big boss in Mad Men, and I'm disappointed that he is not method. Because if he were truly a method actor, they would not require a vomit machine. He would do it himself. That's number one. Number two is, they say the devil's in the details. How inept is this company under David Zaslav that no one watched the episodes before they posted them? They had weeks to do this.
Yeah.
And no one took the time to do it. I mean, that right there. So to go back to your original premise, if this kind of stuff happened on my watch, hey, the person would be fired. There
Right.
is no room for incompetence or laziness. There's plenty of people out there that are dying for the opportunity. Give them a chance and get rid of the lazy bums who are screwing stuff up. But when you're this inept that no one checked and they put it up, I mean, David Zaslav should have gotten fired right that minute. When the vomit was coming out, they should have been handed him a pink slip. It's a joke.
Yeah, no, I agree with you 100%. The one good thing that has come out of this, though, is that Mad Men is the top 10 show of last week. People love it. And I'm just wondering, is it just because the first time around nobody got a chance to see it? Or is there something special about Mad Men that's resonating with people today in a way that it didn't maybe 10 years ago? Angelo, what are your thoughts? I saw you nod.
Here's the thing on that. All right. AMC was the origin station that took it. And they also had Breaking Bad. And I always got the feeling that they promoted Breaking Bad much, much more than they did Mad Men. Mad Men had its own chorus of supporters, but to me, it slipped through a crack. It is one of the best 10 shows of the past decade. And it's so stylish. And I mean, it made John Hamm. John Hamm is a great actor.
Yeah.
And that was your first evidence of that. I'm glad it's getting discovered, even with all the glitches and stupidness, because it's a great show. And you know what else it's great? It landed the ending perfectly.
Agreed.
The ending was so great that when you're watching it, if you haven't seen it before, it's always great to know. Wait till they're going to end this so perfectly. It's a great show. I'm thrilled that people are finally discovering it.
Rhea, did you watch it first time around? And if not, are you going to watch it now?
I did not. And I have a better chance to watch it because now I can binge all of the episodes. That's, to me, the great part about it. It's very Angelo brought up the fact that it was on AMC. And although it won all kinds of awards all the time, I don't think, Jay, it was very highly rated.
Never made over 1 million people watching it. Even at the height, it was very small, very small.
So I'll bring up another show, which I know, Angelo, you loved. My son loved it. Suits. Suits was on USA Network.
Oh, yeah.
It got onto Netflix and it broke records. Now, did it help that the name recognition of Meghan Markle, which people love to hate on, but I think they hate watch her? An entire country in England does that. But I think the fact that this show, it's just very simple. Mad Men, from what I know, Angelo always told me, well acted, great storylines, shows that are on there work. They just work. Suits was that way. If you have a show, because immediately they went and made Suits LA thinking, oh, it's just a brand. It got canceled after one season. No, shows that are very well done, but people didn't know about, when they get put onto a platform, Netflix or Prime, people go, oh my God, I told you, a friend of mine has started watching The Big C, which is like 10 years old, and loves it, thinks it's a phenomenal show. So once you get the platform, if you're a good show, I think people will watch it.
And I'm going to recommend to everyone listening, if you haven't, you got to watch Mad Men. It is my favorite show. It's Sopranos 1, Mad Men 1A, the two best shows of all time, in my opinion. I love it. Let's move the game show thing to next week, because I want to get to something, and we're running out of time. Because last week, Rhea, Angelo, I'm sure you've heard, so I asked you guys, let's talk Stranger Things. He watched 2 minutes of Stranger Things, called me back and said, I just watched the recap. I'm out. I can't watch this. Rhea, I know you never watched it, but your son is a huge fan, and you guys did some binging in the last 2 weeks. I want to hear your thoughts on this.
So here's the fun thing. When you get your teenager, I said to him, oh, they want me to watch Stranger Things. And Clark's like, oh, the new show's out. I'll watch it with you. So when your teenager says they'll watch a show with you, you will pretty much watch anything.
Sure.
And we are through 2 seasons. And what he's great about, I'm like, well, is this guy a bad guy? Is this guy? And he's like, no, I'm not telling you. And he said, I have to get it done before Christmas, because that's when the next drop for season 5.
Yeah.
I absolutely, positively love it. I couldn't love this show more. Winona Ryder is great. The Hopper, the captain.
Harbour.
David Harbour. He's terrific. The kids are great. Millie Bobby Brown is great. I love the story. I'm not as big a horror person, so it does kind of, get a little bit scary. I think it's a phenomenal show, and I love watching it with him every night. I won't watch it until we're done. We're done two seasons. I have two more to go, and we got to get them done before Christmas. But total thumbs up for Stranger Things.
Angelo, you don't trust me, but you trust
Yeah.
Rhea Hughes. Are you willing
Not
to
at
give it a
all.
shot now with Rhea Hughes?
No. First of all, I was misquoted. Rhea, I was watching. You know how they do at the beginning of a new series, they give you a recap. So I'm watching that. These idiotic monsters, CGI created monsters, jumping all over my screen. So I called Jay up. He totally misquoted me. I said, Jay, you really want me to watch this? Yes, I do. Is death an option? It's so how dumb it is. It's so
what you have to
dumb.
understand is the monster's not a huge part of it. It's the characters.
It is in the I believe the further in you get, Rhea, the way I understand this, the further in you get with Stranger Things, the more monstery it becomes, and the less Winona-y it is, if you know what I'm saying.
Great.
I love Winona Ryder.
She's great. She's
fantastic.
I love her. I mean, as a mother, like, I loved her. I appreciated her.
Yeah.
What the best part about it is Clark says to me, Mom, these kids were kind of born around you were, so you might get this a little better. That's how he sold it to me. I said, thank you, I'm old.
And I will say the one good thing that has come out of it for me is my wife saying that David Harbour is sexy. Finally, a fat guy with a beard getting some love. Big guys with beards need love too, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a good-looking man. Wow. I'm not going to deny that.
Yeah, he's great. All right, well, if you're not good looking, I got a way to make you good looking, and that's to put on some fine jewelry. That's a great way to get people to say, wow, you're looking good, Jay. Yeah. So my question to you is, Angelo, do you have somebody that could provide that good looking jewelry?
Well, I would like to talk to the audience here, particularly the guys. You're right. It does improve our look. I used it many times in my courtship with Gail. But let me just say that you got 15 days, fellas. Mm-hmm. In 15 days, it's Christmas. And you better have something great for your wife or your girlfriend or somebody important. And if you're going to do that and you're going to spend some serious money, which, you have to do from time to time, you got to go to Steven Singer Jewelers. Now, Rhea Hughes keeps track of this stuff right now because she knows how important it is to get the right gifts. Rhea, what are you seeing now that you think might resonate with our audience?
So I wish I could show this to you because I showed it to you guys before. Here's what's going to make it real easy for guys on I Hate Steven Singer. They have a click on there, the top 12 holiday gifts. They range from anywhere from $188 to $2,000. There's a gift on here that Clark got for his girlfriend for homecoming. It's called, and I love it. She loved it. A silver bar bolo bracelet. Absolutely gorgeous, completely affordable. But they have the top two. You go on to I Hate Steven Singer. They're going to make it super easy for you. You go on, you pick out. I've looked at everything on here. I would be thrilled with any single gift on the top 12 gifts. They even have the initial diamond necklace, which is always a great idea when you get something personalized. Women love that.
Let me just add, a lot of people, this is when guys drop to the knee and make the big move. If you're bringing the ring, it should come from Steven Singer. You'll get the best deal and you will get the best ring, which is most important. Other corner of 8 to Walnut, IHateStevenSinger.com.
My wife went out and got my son a jewelry box to give to his girlfriend, but with the idea of putting jewelry into the box. Yes. So I said to my son, what are you getting for Mary? And he said, oh, no, Mom already handled it. I'm giving her a jewelry box. And I went, you're dumber than me, and that's strange. We're going to Steven Singer, and you're getting something. Can I just speak
directly to your son? Do not give an empty jewelry box.
Right.
Do not.
Yes.
Do not.
Right. So I just thought that was a fun little story, but not as fun, never as fun as hearing about British
Hold
TV.
on one second. Could I just add something for all those people out there? Preview next week's show. maybe we'll be able to explain the weird situation at Jay's house when he has us all gathered around in this Christmas season watching a game show. That was originally on this week's schedule, and I
Yes.
can't wait to kill you.
Eh,
You got all this great stuff to watch, and
Yeah.
you and your family, they got the fire going, the
Yeah,
chestnuts,
and there
all
was
this
fire. There was
stuff.
fire. Angelo, I was
Let's
watching.
watch a game show.
Angelo, I am a plane nerd. I love planes. And I was watching Home Alone with my wife and daughter and son. And I'm watching it, and the plane that they're in flying to Europe, I go, I don't believe that McDonnell Douglas made a tri-jet that flew internationally that looked like that.
Oh,
And
Jesus.
Seriously?
listen to me, after the movie, I go upstairs and I check, and I come down with the phone and I go, I was right. That was an MD-10, and it's a known fact that they messed up. And my son turns and goes, it is a wonder that I was ever conceived. And he was correct in that assessment. It is a wonder. I don't get it either. Rhea, tell me about British TV before I make myself look even worse.
So this is wild. I'm watching the games on Sunday, and Fox, whatever game I was watching on Fox, runs a promo for a new show starring Josh Charles, who we all know. Josh Charles was in The Good Wife. He was great in The Good Wife.
Yep.
Angelo, he was in that Sports Night TV show that we loved,
Good.
and I think
He's
lasted
good.
one season. He's really good.
Yep.
It's called Best Medicine. It's a U.S. remake of Doc Martin, a beloved show in England, starring Martin Clunes, who's one of my all-time favorite British actors. He's in Manhunt, probably my favorite British show. So what Best Medicine is, they're taking this and they're making it where Josh Charles is a famous surgeon, or very, very wealthy surgeon from Boston, runs into some trouble. So he goes to like a small East Coast town where his aunt is, following very much along what Doc Martin did. And he winds up becoming like the general practitioner for this very small village. So it's going to premiere in January. Here's what I will tell you. Please watch Doc Martin. It's on Acorn. Ran for 10 seasons over like 15 years. It's a phenomenal show. And what I always love to tell you guys about British shows is the scenery is as much a character as, and this is a coastal
Agreed.
town. I want to retire there. That's how much I love this. I've watched it. I started to watch it again. I've already watched it's what I tell you guys, cozy mysteries, but this is more of a quirky comedy, almost like, what was that show based in Alaska? Many
Northern
years?
Exposure.
Northern Exposure. It's a guy kind of dropped into an extremely quirky village with amazing characters. He's a very grumpy doctor, and the characters are great. The scenery is great. I don't know if this Fox show, because I don't know what Fox's record is with developing shows, but Martin Clunes is going to guest star as Josh Charles's father, also a doctor. So I like how they're marrying those things together.
Yeah.
And I'll just recommend, before you watch Best Medicine in January, watch a couple seasons of Doc Martin on Acorn. It's fantastic.
Lovely. That's great. I can't wait for that, and also the show in January.
And real quick, his love interest is Abigail Spencer, who I believe was on Mad Men.
Oh, let me take a look on that.
Very attractive.
Wow.
Very attractive. You guys will like that.
I'm taking a look now, and I am on board. Yes. All right.
Okay.
Looking good. All right, Angelo, what do you got for us this week?
I hope Abigail didn't get hit by the vomit machine. First of all, a couple updates. Landman season 2, spectacular. They actually added Sam Elliott to that cast.
Wow.
And he's brilliant. This show is so damn good, and I missed it the first time. Another one I missed the first time. I'm on board now, Jay. Pluribus on Apple.
You hated
Episodes 5 and 6. I hung in, Rhea, and I'm back in now. They did an episode in Vegas that was just hilarious. It was really well done. And I think it's going somewhere. But my recommendation this week is a very obscure movie that came out completely ignored, even by Oscar people, despite the fact that the main character, the actress that plays the main character, Barbie Ferreira, is better than anyone that was nominated last year. And
Wow.
I love the Nora and I love Mikey Day. But I'm telling you, it's called Bob Trevino Likes It. And it's the story of this woman who basically has an awful father. And she befriends a guy who has the same name as her father. And he, in
Oh,
effect,
Hmm.
becomes her father. And
wow.
then it takes some twist. Rhea, the woman, it begins. The first scene in the movie is this woman bawling her eyes out. And the pain in her face and the way the tears are coming down, you already say to yourself, I don't know who this is. I've never seen her. Bobby
Wow.
Ferreira, guess was in Euphoria. I haven't seen that. I went, that's somebody who knows what they're doing. And she just blows the
Wow.
doors off this for 104 minutes or whatever it is.
Wow.
Leguizamo, I have always loved. He's brilliant in this. He's fantastic in this. This is a great movie. It is on demand right now, and it is available on. I got it on demand, but it is available free on Hulu. I don't have Hulu anymore.
Oh, I think
Holding
Angelo.
firm there. All right, but Bob Trevino likes it. You will also like it. In fact, if you're like me, you'll love it. It's great.
Bob Trevino likes it. I will check that out. I have a recommendation for everybody. It's a movie out of Australia called One More Shot. It stars, I'm going to forget her name here. Hold on. She was the lead character in Sucker Punch. She played Baby Doll in Sucker Punch. It is an Australian time loop comedy. And essentially, if you've seen Groundhog's Day, if you've seen Palm Springs, you know what this is.
Alexis Knapp,
No, the character's
Catherine
name
Hannay.
is Emily Browning. Emily Browning,
Okay.
a very pretty girl out of Australia. She plays a woman who is 36 and single and wants to be a mom. She works as a neonatal nurse. And it's New Year's Eve, 1999. She shows up, and her on again, off again ex is there with his new fiance. And she decides she's going to use the time loop to get her fiance back. And
Whoa.
the trick of this is she has tequila. Every time she takes a shot, she goes back in time. So she only has as many
Beautiful.
shots as there are in the bottle. So when she's out of
Ah,
shots, she's out of shots. And there are a lot of twists and turns in this that take it into some dramatic directions. It is very well done. It's a low budget Australian movie. So you feel the budget sometimes, but you're going to get sucked in by the story. It's very enjoyable. It's worth checking out. You can check it out right now to buy or rent on Prime. Or if you wait until next Tuesday, December, well, I guess December 12th is Friday, it'll be premiering on Plex, which is a brand new streaming platform for free on Plex. So if you don't want to wait for Plex, you can buy it now. Well worth your time. One more shot from
mm.
Australia. What do we got this week? What do we look at,
Well, hold
Angelo?
on, Jay. Jay, is one of the twists that she gets to the worm at the bottom of the tequila bottle? That would be an
Yes.
interesting twist.
The worm glows, Angelo, and
Whoa.
she
All right,
believes
wait
that
a
the
minute.
worm
You're
is the
just,
one giving her this power.
I got to get this breaking story out. You were mentioning Australian television.
Yes.
The greatest thing I have seen in the
Oh, here
three
we
plus
go.
years we have done
There we
this
go.
is Wentworth, and it's back
Thank
after a
God.
hiatus from all U.S. television streamers. It is now available Amazon Prime free. 8 seasons of glory. Prisoners, women, wild stuff, fires, catastrophes. Don't miss it, please. It's the best
That
thing I've
sounds like a
seen.
week, Angelo. That sounds like a week in my house.
Yeah.
Women, fires, catastrophes.
All right. Mad Men is available on HBO Max now. I guess they fixed all the things they got wrong the first time around. I don't know. Rhea Hughes is highly recommending Stranger Things on Netflix, but that's only because she hasn't seen the fifth season, which really stinks. She's also recommending two different things, same basic characters. Doc Martin was the origin source of it, and that is available on Acorn, 10 seasons. And Best Medicine will be on Fox starting on January 4th, Sunday at 8, and then it's on every Tuesday at 8 on Fox. Best Medicine. I am highly recommending Landman on Paramount Plus. Pluribus on Apple Plus. Not highly yet, but I'm getting into it more. Bob Trevino Likes It is available on Hulu or on demand. And One More Shot is now going to be available on Plex, a brand new free streamer.
Very nicely done, Angelo. Thank you very much. That man right there is Angelo Cataldi. You can get his book Loud at angelocataldi.com, Amazon.com, or audible.com. Come on, give it as a stocking stuffer. Great book.
Beautiful.
Rhea Hughes can be seen every single weekday on the WIP YouTube channel, or you can check out her Instagram at Rhea Hughes 94 WIP. You can check out my Instagram at Hello J Black. That's all one word. And you can see all of my political junk that nobody likes on Instagram. We'll be back next week with more great TV, what am I saying? Content. And we want to thank Steven Singer for sponsoring this podcast. We'll see you next week, everybody.